Hello everyone, Namaste and welcome. आज हम लाए हैं एक absolutely vibrant explainer on the fascinating world of narration. अगर आपको कभी confusion हुई है about direct and indirect speech, well, आप बिल्कुल सही जगह पर हैं. Let's transform this heavy grammar topic into a bright, logical, and highly visual journey.
To kick things off, let's understand the core difference. Direct speech is exactly what someone said. It's totally same to same. But indirect speech, that's when you become the messenger. आप बस बात आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं. You don't just parrot the words, you apply a few necessary changes to report the statement naturally. Just notice how I will not smoothly becomes that he would not.
Here is our colorful treasure map for today. 1. What is narration? 2. The 6 magic changes. 3. Tenses and pronouns rule. 4. Universal truths. 5. Questions and orders. And 6. Emotions and wishes.
Okay, let's dive into section 1. What is narration? The anatomy of a sentence.
Before we start changing things, हमें पता होना चाहिए कि हम किन parts के साथ play कर रहे हैं. Every sentence you want to convert has 2 main parts. First is the reporting verb, which sits right outside the quotes. This tells us the how it was said, like he said to me or she ordered. Second, we have the reported speech, safely tucked away inside those inverted commas. This is the actual meat of the sentence, the exact words that were spoken.
Moving on to section 2, the 6 magic changes, or the 6 badlav.
You know, moving from direct to indirect speech isn't some random guessing game. You literally just need to follow these 6 exact conversions. Whenever you make a conversion, you will 1. Change the structure by removing those commas and quotation marks. 2. Add a connector like the word that. 3. Adjust the pronouns. 4. Change the reporting verb if needed. 5. Shift the tense. And 6. Change specific time and place words. If you check these 6 boxes, आपकी grammar बिल्कुल perfect होगी every single time.
Section 3. Tenses and pronouns rule. Time to master the shifts.
Let's see how this builds into what is honestly the trickiest part for most learners. Here is the absolute golden rule. बिल्कुल ध्यान से सुनिए. You only change the tense inside the quotes if the reporting verb outside the quotes is in the past tense. अगर कोई कहता है he says और he will say present या future में, तो आप tense को बिल्कुल touch नहीं करेंगे. You only ever trigger a tense change if it's past tense, like he said.
And when you do change the tense, there is a wonderfully logical structure to it. Think of it like this. All bright, active present tenses cool down and take a step back into their matching past tense. Simple present becomes simple past. और अगर already past में हो, then simple past takes a big jump backward into past perfect. And future words like will and shall smoothly soften into would and should. Simple, right?
Alongside the verbs, specific time and place words get a makeover too. Because we're reporting this later, here becomes there. Now becomes then. Today turns into that day, and tomorrow smoothly transitions into the next day. It's all about shifting your perspective from the present moment to a reported past. Now for pronouns, I enthusiastically present to you the famous Sun 123 trick. Seriously, treat this like a cheat code for perfectly converting pronouns. 123 stands for first, second, and third person. First person, I and we, change according to the subject. Second person, you, changes according to the object. Or third person के लिए, the N stands for no change. So he, she, and it stay exactly the same. No stress.
Section 4. Universal Truths. Welcome to the No Change Zone.
Time for a fun twist where those tense rules we literally just learned simply do not apply. मान लीजिए, the reported speech is, the sun rises in the east. If it is a universal truth, a solid scientific fact, a proverb, or a daily habit, the tense remains completely unchanged. Why? Because a fact is always a fact. Even if the reporting verb is in the past, you wouldn't say the sun rose in the east, as if it just suddenly stopped doing it today.
Section 5. Questions and orders. Interrogative and imperative sentences. So how do we apply our rules to questions? Well, when reporting questions, the word that gets totally thrown out the window. If the question can be answered with a simple yes or no, like, are you happy? We use if or whether as our bridge. But if it's a WH question, like what, why, where, or how, the WH word itself acts as a special VIP connector. You don't add if or that at all.
Now pay super close attention to this major pitfall. Ek indirect question आगे जाकर question नहीं रहता. It is always a statement. That means you absolutely must unflip the verb.
You don't say, he asked me what was my name. No way! You put the subject first. He asked me what my name was. Subject before the helping verb, always.
For imperative sentences, like giving orders or making requests, the reporting verb changes to match the mood. It becomes ordered, requested, or advised. Our magical connector here is simply the word to, or not to if it's negative. So shut the door becomes ordered to shut the door. And remember to drop polite fluff words like please. And if they use sir, elegantly swap it out for the word respectfully.
And finally, Section 6, Emotions and Wishes, exclamatory and optative sentences.
Let's explore how to elegantly capture heartfelt blessings and emotions in grammar. When reporting an optative sentence, which is basically a blessing or a curse, we don't just use said, we upgrade the reporting verb to wished, prayed, or blessed. And the key grammatical shift here is that the word may, as in may God bless you, always steps down into might. So it becomes prayed that God might bless you.
When people shout out of sudden feeling, हम आवाज को नहीं, feeling को describe करते हैं. We translate raw emotion into plain text. A happy hurrah transforms into exclaimed with joy. A sad alas turns into exclaimed with sorrow. And a proud bravo becomes applauded saying that.
Which brings us to our final challenge for you. Direct speech. Bravo, you have done well. So how would you write this in indirect speech using the rules we've covered today? Think about the emotion word. Think about the tense shift from present perfect to past perfect, and think about the pronouns. If you can mentally convert this, you have officially mastered today's lesson. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep practicing और मिलते हैं next time.